Hey everybody, thank you so very much for tuning in to the video. Well, I was watching one of my local news stations this morning, and I live in Central Florida on the West Coast, and this is a story from My Fox Tampa Bay Channel 13. And I'm not going to play the video, I'll leave a description in the video, but I wanted to show the story, and finally we have schools that are actually going to have protection for children. Ever since the Sandy Hook shootings, and before I go any further, please don't leave comments, whether you think that Sandy Hook didn't happen or anything like that. That's not what this video is about. This video is about protecting children. So there's been so much discussion on whether they should or shouldn't. Parents saying that their kids would be afraid to see people there with guns and all that. So when I saw this story, I thought it was fantastic. In Pinellas County schools, they have purchased 28 M16 assault rifles because that's what they are, because that's what an M16 is. I'll read the story to you, like I said, and I'll put a link in the description of the video in the description. But they only had to pay $50 for each one of these M16s, and I say, probably like a lot of you would say, where can we sign up to do that? Compares to the price of $900. So let me get you a little bit closer here, and I'll go ahead and just read this out to you. And it says, St. Petersburg from Fox 13. The Pinellas Schools Police Force now owns 28 M16 assault rifles purchased through a federal military surplus equipment program at the cost of $50 each. That compares to a retail price of $900 or more, which Chief Rick Stelgis was already prepared to spend. It's necessary for officers to have the tools to be able to safely deploy and take care of threats that are occurring in the schools without having to get so close to a terrible threat that they put other students or themselves in harm's way before they can take the necessary action to stop the threat. He declined to say how the rifles will be stored or on a dozen school campuses, but claimed they will be both secure and quickly accessible. The department is still developing a training and development program, but expects to have the first weapons in service by Thanksgiving. That's fantastic. Considering where we are in America today, we're really just trying to equip our officers just like the police officers. The department has 26 certified police officers, including the chief and 2 sergeants. 12 of the officers are SROs, or school resource officers, assigned full-time to a dozen campuses. The school system contracts with the other local police agencies and the Pinellas Sheriff's Office for SROs at the other schools. And Stelgis claim all of the other police agencies here in Pinellas County already have those types of weapons. We also defend the abilities of his own force. Most of the officers retired from their agencies, many of them from supervisory or training positions. We carry the same equipment, and we are governed by the same laws and rules as any other police agencies in the state of Florida. The chief said that the move to purchase assault rifles started a couple years ago when the department considered its ability to respond quickly to active school shooter. However, the purchase of military rifles became known through the article in the Washington Post. That article says law enforcement agencies affiliated with at least 120 schools, colleges, and universities have received gear through a government program to provide surplus military equipment to local governments. Some received grenade launchers and heavily armed vehicles. Stelgis said the M16s were the only item that he intends to procure. I applaud the police chief there and the police in the Pinellas County for purchasing these M16s, and they are assault rifles. And for only $50, that's just a great savings to be able to combat any threat that is going to happen in any of those schools. Really, all the schools should be doing this. They should find money somehow, or get some, there's government grants out there, state grants or whatever, to be able to protect these children. Any type of criminal knows that this type of firepower is now in the schools and is available to use against them if they try anything. That's the deterrent right there, unless somebody is stupid enough, that doesn't know that that's going on. Even having a school resource officer there with his just regular duty weapon is a deterrent. You have to have something in these schools to protect these children. It's a different generation, and different generation of crazy people out there will do anything to just get their name out there, you know, their 5 minutes of fame or whatever you want to call it. And it's these people's duty to protect those kids. And for parents, I've seen tons of parents saying, "Oh, that's I don't want to have to explain to my children and that what this is all about," and they'd be scared of these guys with these type of weapons. The kids see it on TV. A lot of them play video games, and I would rather explain that if my kids were younger to them, that they're there to be to help protect them just in case something happens, then get a phone call or find out on the news that my children's school has been shot up. Also, you'll see in the video clip, and like I said, I'll leave that in the description below, that one of the city commissioners or councilmen or whatever he is, he was against it. He says it's too much firepower into that. Well, it's an M16. You can put it on automatic. You can put it on semi-auto, whatever you want to do. And these are trained officers, and will have more training to be able to use these weapons. Let me know what you guys think of this, and what are they doing in your area, if anything. And if they're not doing anything, you guys should be after your school boards. So thanks for watching the video, and as always, we will see you next time.